Let's get YouTube back with another video. I'm just gonna talk. I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about Julia's her title reign and Julia matches her booking and Tiffany Stratton versus Julia. I think they're supposed to have a match tonight, a non-title match. So I don't know if they're gonna have Julia win tonight's match or Tiffany Stratton, or they're gonna have. I think they should just have Kiana James screw Tiffany Stratton out of a match, and then that way they lead into. I think they should just have. I think they should change it. I think Kiana James should face Tiffany Stratton instead of Julia. That way they can save the match for WrestleMania, and then put that title on the line. They just be making random matches. Like they book a match, and then it's random. And then they got the men matches. They be going on out cutting promos and doing all. And Julia's not really good at cutting promos, so it wouldn't make any sense for her to cut a promo. Maybe they should have Keanu James cut a promo, or say some shit. Maybe they should have a match. I think Keanu James should have the match instead of Julia, so that way at WrestleMania it'd be special. You know what I mean? They need to sometimes the storyline it don't make sense. They had a match. They could have had the match last week or something, or they could have had like a beginning of this year, like after Elimination Chambers match or something. Or they should have had I was just saying they should have had like last week or something. Had Julia versus Tiffany Stratton in a one-on-one match, a non-title match, right? Or maybe they could have that's what they could have did, and then maybe had Tiffany Stratton lose, or either win or lose. Either I think it would have had Julia beat Tiffany Stratton, and then that way it'll lead up. That way if Tiffany Stratton beat Julia or something. Oh bad. Damn, I got allergies, dude. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize, man. I think they should have. This was my opinion. They should have did last week, a couple of weeks ago. Had Julia beat Tiffany Stratton, and then have Kiana James interfere, and they beat her up, beat down, take her out, and then that's when she challenges her to a title match at WrestleMania. Now they keep on posting it. I thought they were gonna have a title match tonight, but they said somebody on the social media says non-title match. I don't know, guys. That's just confusing. Either it's a title match or a non-title match. They should have just be clear, like, hey, so it's a one-on-one. We just testing them, testing them, see how they do together in a match, a one-on-one match. See what kind of chemistry they have together. If you put two people together that's never fought each other or never had a match, it's not gonna work unless that person's like really good at making people look good, and they have to make each other look good, because if Julie gets buried and she loses, she's at risk of losing her United States champion. Even though she's a two-time, NXT, she's a two-time. Julie has won a lot of titles in WWE since she was a NXT champion, and then she dropped it to Stephanie Bakura. Now she's a NXT two-time United States champion. So I mean, she's won titles. That's crazy. That's good, but the booking needs to be better. Julia booking needs to be better. It needs to make more sense. I heard just facing Tiffany Stratton, and people, oh, that's a downgrade. No, it's not a downgrade. Like, they got big matches. They already have the WWE, the world top championships already being defended at WrestleMania, so they need Julia. If they're gonna book Julia, they're gonna have to book Julia good. I will book her good. Have her beat Tiffany Stratton. Have her walk out as United States champion. Maybe have Tiffany Stratton beat her in a non-title match, and then at WrestleMania have Tiffany Stratton lose. At WrestleMania, or have that way it could be a build up. You know, that way either Kiana James gets involved some kind of way. Most likely, she's probably gonna get involved in the match, or what they can do is just have her cost to the match, and it just be no disqualification, and they just start out the match, or they both get counted out. I think they should just both get counted out, and really beat the hell out of each other. Let's say Julie gets mad, she gets frustrated, she starts beating the hell out of her, throw her out of the ring, she starts beating the hell out of her, and then matches get thrown out, and then they just beat the hell out of Tiffany Stratton. So that way he's built up. So that way all the fans are cheering for her, and they booing. That way Julie gets some heat. You know what I mean? She gets some heat. That way she gets booed. She's supposed to be a heel, and if she's just sitting there and they not booing her, or they not really reacting to her, they need to. That's how you do it. And another thing I want to add It's like when you're doing a heel work, if you're gonna be a heel, you gotta have heel heat. You gotta find a way to get over with the crowd, get the crowd pissed off, say some shit, talk shit to the crowd, get them hype, because if you die doing that and then they going into this wrestling match at WrestleMania, if they are gonna have that WrestleMania match, Tiffany Stratton's gonna get cheered. No, it could go both ways. It could go the opposite way. She might get booed or something. They might go for Julia, but like you never know. I think it's got to get. They're gonna start telling for Tiffy time. They're gonna start calling for her, and she's gonna get a huge pop. And then Julia comes out and nothing. I like Julia. They just need to do something with her. Yeah, Stephanie McCurry, World Heavyweight Champion, double champion, and then you fucking booking her match against Liv Morgan is kind of flat. I mean, y'all might think, oh, yeah, they had it to bed. I don't give a fuck about them fighting. It should have been cutting promos. Julia, like the people don't know that, realize that Stephanie Recur, her English is not all that good. Like you can understand some stuff she says, but it's not really compelling because if she speaks in a different language, we're not gonna understand what she's saying, and then Liv don't understand what she's saying, and it's not compelling. Versus Jay Kurgo and Rhea Ripley, there's some heat there. There's some real heat there. They don't like each other. They don't like each other. That's what you need. You need wrestlers that don't like each other in real life. So that way it's more compelling. This match needs to be compelling. Instead of just having a regular match, I mean, it's fine and dandy, but I would have just had Kiana James versus Tiffany Stratton. That way she's not at risk of she's not at risk of getting hurt because she's a champion. Because let's say she gets hurt or she hurt her shoulder or something and then she gets injured in a match or somebody botch a move and she gets hurt and then she has to go train and go straight to WrestleMania injured and banged up. I don't want no excuses. Oh well, she was hurt. That's why she won the title. No, I want a clean, good match. That's what they should do. They should have Kiana James in the match instead of Julia. Like what Asuka did. Remember what Asuka did? She put Kairi Sane in the match instead of her in the match. Because when Asuka was in the elimination chamber, she didn't want to face. She didn't want to have fight. She threw in, Kairi Sane. That's what they should do. Have Kiana James take that match. Say, hey, I'll take the match so that way she doesn't get hurt. So that way I want to see Kiana James versus, Tiffany Stratton. That it should happen tonight. That way they can already have a match. So that way if something happens, down the line, let's say Tiffany Stratton was a win or something. That way we can have Kiana James versus Tiffany Stratton, at some point. That way she's not just sitting there, have a match. That's what I would do if I was like a manager or like if I had a group or something, and one of my tag team partners was in a singles match, and they wanted to like that he had a big match. I'm gonna take the match. I'm gonna take out his opponent and beat the hell out of his opponent. That way, when he gets to WrestleMania, it'll be easy. That's what they should do. I think that's what they should. Comment down below what you guys think they should do with Julia versus Tiffany. Do you think that Kiana James should face her tonight, and that way Julia doesn't have to wrestle her? That way we can get that match at WrestleMania. I think that's what they should do. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm not getting views on my videos, but please comment, share, and then make a comment. What you guys think? So I'm ending this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel again. It's your boy Mickle C checking out with another video. I'm out, man. Peace.